Alright, procedures in hooking up the car. First thing, gotta make sure the car that you're working on is chalk. Every rail car is sealed. Got an end cap on it with a seal. Alright. Drivers hooking up the rail car, unloading fittings. That's a universal thing. You should be able to order that from any rail car supply company. It's got to be tool tight with a gasket on it. The hoses, we've designed the hoses with a cap that's hooked up to the end of the hose, so no rocks or debris should be getting in that hose once you disconnect it. Hose just fits on there. Sometimes we'll snug, you gotta make sure you get the fitting on there. Once on top, the driver has opened up the top of the rail car. You probably don't want to open up the dome lid unless you have to. There's a vapor valve right there. There's two different size fittings. You've got a 2-inch and a 1-inch. We've got hooked up to the 1, but we'll have to take it off for vapor recovery and put the 2-inch on it. One thing that we do is on our vapor recovery hose, you'll notice we've got a rope that we tie onto it, so when you climb up to the rail car, instead of dragging the hose up, you just climb up and hook the rail car up with the, or take the vapor recovery with the hose up. And then it just goes on there, holds it up, now vapor recovery is on. And then you have to vent. You got to make sure you vent the car. Alright, driver pulling up onto the skid. Yep, alright. Once the driver gets on top of the skid, takes all this compartment, loading his covers off, get himself set. We'll hook the skelly up. Got to hook the vapor recovery up. Some of your trucks, if you don't have the vapor recovery hooked up, it will not give you a green light. Just load the head up to the compartment. Get locked in place. Driver's opened up the belly valve. That pouring on. our system. So I will take his card, PIN, PIN number, and we're good to go on that. We enter customer ID number, and then some of our customers have contract numbers on them. This rail car is now empty. The driver just put the bucket underneath there just so we got a little drain plug to relieve the pressure on the car. Doesn't look like there's any product coming out of it. He's going to close the belly valve of the rail car. With that bleeder valve being open, there shouldn't be hardly a lot of product left in it. We'll close the valve going to the rail car to the pump system. Said there could be a little residual left in the hose. We'll take it off. Got to put the end cap fitting on there, make sure we don't have anything on it, or in the hose. Give it self clearance. So the hose is not going to get run over when the car's getting moved. Hang on just a second, Tommy. Yeah, if you don't mind. All right, run our rail car fitting. Takes it off and gets it out of the way. Takes the cap. Sometimes you gotta play around with it just a little bit to get it to work. Those things are heavy too. Screwed on, and that has to be tool tight. That's an FRA rig. There's basically three big things when you empty a rail car that have to be done. You have to make sure the belly valve is tightened, tool tight, and then when you disconnect the vapor recovery, that valve up there has to be tool tight, and of course then you got to make sure the rail car is empty. When you open up that bleeder valve, that's what makes that known that the rail car is empty. Alright, now the driver's up on top. We're going to close up the vapor recovery, or the vent valve, I should say, for vapor recovery. As you notice, like I said, we've got a rope, which basically you can just tie it on to the end, lower it down, that way you don't damage the hose. Close the valve, it's got a cap on it. You'll screw the cap on. Like I said, that's the second fitting. That has to be tool tight. We very rarely will open up the dome valve because that's another. I think you got most of them have got like 8 bolts on them, and those things have to be tool tight as well. Unless there's an emergency or something, you don't have to open up the dome cover.